You know that thrill of discovering a drama no one talks about, but that completely takes over your life? Well, get ready, because today I'm bringing you 30 hidden gems that probably flew way under your radar, but have everything it takes to hook you from start to finish. We've got drama, romance, tension, life lessons, and characters that will move into your heart rent-free. And hey, if this video makes you swoon or scream, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on the bell, and go wild in the comments. Your interaction is what keeps this channel alive and full of drama-loving energy. 30. Love scene number. Sometimes all we want is a drama that goes beyond the sugar-coated romance. One that speaks to our reality, pokes at our emotions, and makes us feel seen between one scene and the next. That's exactly what Love Scene Number delivers. A raw, thought-provoking, and deeply human portrait of 4 women at different stages of life, navigating love, self-worth, desire, and the kind of decisions no one teaches us how to make. Each episode feels like listening to a friend's honest confession. You relate, you feel, you squirm, and you recognize yourself. This drama dives into sexual freedom, betrayal, insecurity, tough choices, and the eternal tug-of-war between who we are and who the world expects us to be. All told with mature writing, elegant direction, and powerhouse performances from its female leads. And even with its heavy themes, it's surprisingly easy to watch, smart, smooth, and never overly dramatic. Love Scene Number is like that book you want to highlight every line from: intense, necessary, and unforgettable. If you're tired of stories that pretend a kiss solves everything, this one will hit you with a dose of truth. 29. Love Affairs in the Afternoon. Love Affairs in the Afternoon is the kind of drama that sneaks in quietly and hits you like a silent storm. Forget perfect romances with neatly tied endings. This story is raw, intimate, and uncomfortably real. Son Ji-yoon is stuck in a cold marriage in a small town that echoes the emptiness she feels inside. Then comes Young-woo, a teacher who doesn't offer salvation, but reignites a spark she thought was long gone. And that's where the story grips you, in the tension between longing, loneliness, and the universal craving to feel something, anything. What makes this drama so powerful is its courage to explore the darker sides of love without sugarcoating or romanticizing. There are no heroes or villains here, just flawed people trying to make sense of their lives. The slow-burning tension between Ji-eun and Jung-woo is almost painful, not because of the passion, but because of the consequences looming over every glance. With a sharp script, nuanced performances, and a mature tone rarely seen in K-dramas, Love Affairs in the Afternoon is for those who want to feel deeply, reflect honestly, and come out changed. If you're craving something bold, bittersweet, and real, this is your next obsession. 28. Love Cells. Looking for something light, funny, and sprinkled with a bit of magic to warm your heart? Then buckle up, because Love Cells is a hidden gem that'll totally surprise you. The story follows Ma Dae-chung, an ordinary guy, unemployed, emotionally bankrupt, and whose love cells are basically in a coma. Everything changes when a magical cat, yes, a cat, named Navi appears in human form to help him rediscover love, and maybe even win over the celebrity he's been crushing on. Blending romance, fantasy, and laugh-out-loud humor, this drama is an emotional roller coaster narrated by Dae-chung's own love cells, and they're a show all on their own. His inner world is chaotic, hilarious, and super relatable, creatively showing how we sabotage or save our own feelings. It's like watching a rom-com with live commentary from your own brain. Perfect for anyone who wants to laugh, feel, and reflect on self-love and vulnerability. A rare find that deserves way more love. 27. More Than Friends. Some loves come and go, and some stay, even if they never really began. More Than Friends is all about that kind of love. Quiet, persistent, and surviving 10 long years of missed chances and emotional detours. Woo Yeon and Lee Soo are friends with the kind of tension that makes you want to scream, "Just kiss already." But fate seems to enjoy keeping them apart. Every time one of them gathers the courage to confess, the moment slips away, and you'll be watching with your heart in your throat, rooting for them like it's your own story. What makes this drama so beautiful is that It's not perfect, it's real. Like that old crush you never quite got over. The chemistry between the leads is electric, and their growth, both as individuals and as a couple, is layered and heartfelt. Woo Yeon is the kind of heroine you'd want as a best friend, and Lee Soo is the classic unfinished business who'll throw your emotions into chaos. But when he loves hard. If you're into slow burn romances with longing, missed chances, and soul-stirring dialogue, More Than Friends will hit you right in the feels. 26. The Package. Ever wanted a drama that feels like a warm hug wrapped in a European vacation? The Package is exactly that. A story that takes you through the charming streets of France while unraveling unlikely connections, personal baggage, and a romance that blooms when love seems like a distant memory. Yoon. So is a tour guide with a patched-up heart, leading a group of emotionally messy tourists. An ex-couple, a distant father-daughter duo, and a guy who got dumped 3 days before the trip. But it's with that last one, the clumsy, sincere San Ma-ru, that she finds an unexpected connection through lost wallets, stolen glances, and Parisian nights that change everything. More than a romance, this drama is about rediscovering life. Each episode brings laughter, emotion, and a sense of connection with characters who just wanted a vacation, but ended up finding themselves. The setting, breathtaking. The soundtrack, nostalgic and tender. The story, light as a stroll along the Seine, but with that bittersweet depth only great dramas have. The Package is one of those hidden treasures that warms your soul and makes you want to travel, love, and start over. 25. You Are My Spring. Some dramas feel like they were written just to heal your heart, and You're My Spring is exactly that. Here, love doesn't happen by chance. It happens out of necessity, between two people who've been through deep trauma and still choose to be each other's light. She's a sweet, resilient hotel concierge. He's a psychiatrist with eyes that seem to read your soul. When their paths cross amid a mysterious murder, something bigger than pain begins to grow. Healing, connection, the kind you want to bottle up and protect from the world. This drama speaks softly, but says so much. The romance is pure comfort, the characters are charming, and the chemistry between the leads, swoon-worthy. The protagonist's mom steals the show with her strength and warmth. The supporting cast is lovable, and every line of dialogue feels like poetry. Sure, the mystery could have been wrapped up better, but you'll be so wrapped up in the emotions, the quiet moments, and the tender gestures that you won't even mind. You Are My Spring is like a cozy blanket on a hard day, gentle, heartfelt, and full of beauty. And the best part? '24. Woman of Dignity. You know that drama that walks in wearing heels, pours a glass of expensive wine, and then emotionally wrecks you? That's Woman of Dignity. It starts off looking like a classy tale of luxury and high society, but quickly turns into a fierce takedown of ambition, power, hypocrisy, and the cost of keeping up appearances. Woo Ah-jin is a wealthy, elegant woman who seems to have it all, until Park Bok-ja, a mysterious caregiver, enters her life and flips Seoul's elite upside down. The direction is flawless, the dialogue is razor sharp, and Kim Soon-ah's performance as Bok-ja is magnetic. You'll hate her, admire her, and maybe even root for her all at once. This drama will have you hooked. Every episode ends like someone slammed a door in your face, and you just have to open the next one. Get ready for clever twists, biting social commentary, and visuals that are pure eye candy. If you love stories with strong women, mind games, and revenge served with elegance, this one's for you. 23. A Poem a Day. A Poem a Day is the kind of drama that sneaks in quietly, without much fanfare. And before you know it, it's become one of the most special stories you've ever watched. It follows the daily lives of healthcare professionals, physical therapists, nurses, radiologists, blending the challenges of hospital life with short, heartfelt poems that capture the quiet joys, sorrows, and silences of everyday existence. At the heart of it all is Woo Bo-young, a sweet, gentle, and deeply human character who once dreamed of becoming a poet but became a physical therapist out of necessity. Ironically, it's in the hospital that she begins to rediscover poetry, in people, in gestures, and most of all, in love. This drama feels like a quiet hug on a hard day. The poems land perfectly in the most delicate moments, and the relationship between Bo Young and Dr. Ye, absolute couple goals. Their love grows through respect, admiration, and simplicity, the kind of romance that makes you believe in something real. The story is authentic and tender, and it'll make you laugh, cry, and reflect on the little things in life that are actually the most important. 22. Temperature of Love. Temperature of Love is the kind of drama that warms you slowly, like a strong cup of coffee on a rainy morning, or a conversation that starts casually and ends up changing everything inside you. It begins with Lee Hyun-soo, a woman who leaves behind stability to chase her dream of becoming a screenwriter, and Ahn Jung-seon, a chef with emotional scars, trying to keep both his restaurant and his heart in one piece. They meet online, connect in real life, and soon realize that love, like a perfect recipe, needs the right timing, the right temperature, and the courage to wait for it. What makes this drama so special is its honesty. It doesn't idealize love, but it doesn't diminish it either. It shows the struggle of two adults trying to balance ambition, past wounds, insecurities, and real feelings. It's about the fear of loving, the pride that gets in the way, the silences that say too much, and the hope of starting over. The chemistry between the leads is subtle but magnetic, and the supporting cast shines with their own deeply human dilemmas. If you enjoy well-crafted romances with just the right amount of drama and characters that feel like real people, Temperature of Love will win you over slowly and warm you to the core. 21. Age of Youth. Imagine sharing a house with 4 strangers, and on top of that, dealing with a ghost? That's the starting point of Age of Youth, a drama that goes far beyond laughs and chaotic roommate moments. Belle Époque is the name of the shared house where 5 young women in their 20s, all wildly different, learn to live together, support each other, and most importantly, begin to heal. Each girl carries a heavy past, full of scars and unspoken pain, but it's in the daily exchanges, the late-night talks, and the smallest acts of kindness that they start to bloom. And the ghost? It's almost a living or dead metaphor for the traumas each of them must face. And curiously, each girl sees it differently. Coincidence? Not at all. Age of Youth starts off light, with a college dorm vibe and jokes about crushes and part-time jobs, but slowly reveals emotional layers that hit you when you least expect. The soundtrack is a warm hug, the cast has incredible chemistry, and every episode feels like an intimate conversation with the viewer. It's impossible not to see yourself in at least one of the girls, whether in their insecurities, bravery, loneliness, or hope. And even when it tackles heavy themes, the writing handles everything with a comforting sensitivity. This is a drama about growing up, falling down, getting back up, and most of all, finding support in the most unexpected places. 20. Hyde, Jekyll, and Me. Imagine falling in love with 2 people who happen to share the same body. That's the bold and captivating premise of Hyde, Jekyll, and Me. A K-drama that blends romance, psychological drama, and a touch of fantasy in a surprisingly heartfelt way. Gu Seo-jin is your classic, rich, and powerful heir, but childhood trauma has fractured his mind, creating a second personality, Robin, sweet, protective, and everything Seo-jin is not. Caught in the middle is Jang Ha-na, a strong-willed circus performer fighting to save her troupe, who finds herself torn between 2 men, who are actually one. What truly makes this drama shine is Hyun-bin's phenomenal performance. He brings both personalities to life so convincingly, you'll forget it's the same actor. Plus, the female lead is refreshingly mature and grounded, a welcome break from the usual damsel in distress trope. The story delivers romance, emotion, and a dash of mystery with a lightness that keeps you hooked from start to finish. It's an unconventional love story that deserves way more attention than it got. 19. Little Women. Loosely inspired by the literary classic Little Women, but with a distinctly Korean soul, Little Women is an intense, twist-filled drama with female leads who radiate strength, vulnerability, and emotional depth. We follow three sisters who grew up in poverty, relying on each other to survive, until life pulls them into the heart of a conspiracy involving Korea's elite, where dark secrets hide behind golden doors. The story weaves family drama, suspense, social critique, and bittersweet romance into a visually stunning and emotionally gripping narrative. The plot is tightly written, layered, and brought to life by powerhouse performances, especially Kim Go-eun, who delivers one of the most moving roles of her career. While some moments may feel a bit over the top, the intensity and emotional stakes make every episode worth it. This series will move you, challenge you, and make you reflect on loyalty, ambition, and how far we'll go to protect the ones we love. If you're into literary-inspired dramas with unforgettable women and stories that break the mold, $18. $1 Lawyer. Think you've seen every legal drama out there? Think again. $1 Lawyer flips the genre on its head with Cheon Ji-hoon, an eccentric attorney who charges just $1,001, $1, to defend everyday people against legal giants. With a retro perm, questionable fashion choices, and razor-sharp wit, Ji-hoon is as hilarious as he is brilliant. But behind the laughs and loud suits lies a man with a tragic past and a quiet mission for justice that'll catch you off guard. This drama blends light comedy with deep emotional beats and a slow unfolding mystery that reveals layers of corruption and pain. The dynamic between Ji-hoon and his intern, Ma-ri, is full of hilarious and heartwarming moments, even without a heavy romance angle. And Nam Gong-min, he's a one-man show, making you laugh in one scene and tear up in the next. It's the kind of series that starts off fun and ends up living in your heart. Looking for something smart, funny, and full of heart? 17. Heard It Through the Grapevine. Get ready for a sharp, elegant, and wickedly clever social satire with Heard It Through the Grapevine. The chaos begins when a powerful elite family's pristine image crumbles after their son gets a regular girl pregnant. But don't expect just another rich versus poor drama. This one is a biting critique of a society obsessed with status and appearances. Gossip, as the title suggests, is the fuel that drives and destroys everything. In a script where every whisper can spark a wildfire. With stunning cinematography, unexpected performances, and characters that constantly defy expectations, this drama goes far beyond its scandalous setup. The relationship between Bom and In-sung, the clash of their worlds, and even the household staff, who often steal the spotlight, create a rich, layered narrative. It's a mix of social commentary, family drama, and dark comedy that only gets better with each episode. If you love stories that are bold, offbeat, and laced with bitter truths, Heard It Through the Grapevine will win you over. 16. The Light in Your Eyes. What if you could turn back time? Sounds amazing, right? But what if, in trying to fix the past, you lost your present? That's the heart of The Light in Your Eyes, and it's so much more. Kim Hae-ja is a young woman full of dreams and love who discovers a magical watch that lets her rewind time. But when she tries to save her father from an accident, she pays a heartbreaking price. She wakes up in the body of a 70-year-old woman, and the worst part, no one recognizes her, not even Lee Jun-ha, the complicated crush she was just starting to connect with. What begins as a light, even whimsical story transforms into an emotional journey full of twists, unlikely bonds, and a plot twist that, well, let's just say it'll wreck you in the best way. The Light in Your Eyes isn't just a drama, it's an experience. It'll make you laugh, swoon, and then suddenly leave you sobbing at 3 a.m. The actresses who play Hae-ja at different ages are so good, you'll swear they're the same person. The chemistry is tender and real, and the supporting cast? Absolutely unforgettable. But what truly makes this drama shine is its powerful message about time, life, and what really matters. It's a beautiful and painful reminder that every second counts. If you want something that touches your soul and lingers long after the final episode. 15. My Lovely Liar. What if you could hear every lie someone told you? Sounds useful, right? But for Mock Sol Hee, it's more of a curse than a gift. In My Lovely Liar, she's a young woman who literally hears lies, and it's made her lose faith in humanity. That is, until a mysterious new neighbor moves in next door, and surprise, he's the only person whose lies she can't detect. Kim Do-ha, a reclusive music producer entangled in a murder case, is a walking mystery. And of course, that only makes Sol-hee more curious. What starts as suspicion turns into fascination, and then, well, you'll fall in love right along with her. My Lovely Liar is a delightful blend of romance, suspense, and just the right touch of comedy. The chemistry between the leads is electric, full of glances, banter, and even a hilarious argument over soccer teams. Yes, it's adorable. The supporting characters, like the loyal best friend and the kind-hearted cop, add extra charm to the story. And the ending? Full of twists, emotion, and that perfect I need more feeling. If you love stories with a supernatural twist, lovable characters, and a romance that warms your heart, this one's for you. Get ready to dive into a whirlwind of ambition, secrets, and jaw-dropping twists with Misty, a drama that blends journalism, suspense, and marital tension with breathtaking elegance. Go Hye-ran is a powerhouse news anchor, the kind of woman who owns the screen and never bows her head to anyone. But when a mysterious murder collides with her past, she's thrust into the eye of a storm that threatens everything she's built. Enter Kang Tae-wook, her public defender husband, trying to salvage not just her public image, but a marriage that already seemed to be hanging by a thread. What follows is a gripping psychological game where every glance, silence, and decision carries weight. Visually, Misty is stunning. The cinematography is sleek, the soundtrack pulls you in, and the wardrobe, oh, the wardrobe. Go Hye-ran's outfits are practically characters themselves, powerful, bold, and flawless. Sure, the investigative and legal aspects have a few stumbles. Let's be honest, the detective looks more lost than a GPS with no signal. But the intense performances and addictive pacing make up for it. And the ending? It might spark debate, but it leaves you thinking about ambition, love, and the price of your choices. If you're into stylish dramas with tension, depth, and morally complex characters, Misty is a must-watch. 13. Chocolate. Chocolate is one of those dramas that doesn't shout, it whispers, straight to your heart. It begins with a quiet reunion between a neurosurgeon and a chef, two people scarred by loss and grief, who end up working together at a hospice. But don't expect a sugary romance or an over-the-top melodrama. This is a delicate, soul-stirring story about pain, healing, and the beauty that can be found even in life's saddest moments. Each episode feels like a carefully crafted recipe. Simple ingredients, but with a depth of flavor that lingers long after. The melancholy here isn't heavy, it's poetic. Chocolate handles themes like death, illness, and trauma with rare sensitivity, never tipping into melodrama. The cinematography is stunning. The soundtrack is a warm embrace. Special shout out to the gorgeous, Sweetest Thing. And the performances are so raw and human, you'll forget you're watching fiction. Yes, the pacing is slow, but that's what allows the story to breathe, the characters to unfold, and us to truly connect with them. If you're ready for a story that touches deep, that speaks of love, loss, and the healing power of a well-cooked meal, Chocolate is an emotional feast. 12. Be Melodramatic. Be Melodramatic is the kind of drama that sneaks up on you, and before you know it, you're completely wrapped up in the lives of three incredible, real, and utterly lovable women. Im Jin-ju, Lee Eun-jung, and Hwang Han-ju are in their 30s, working in the entertainment industry, each carrying their own dreams, dilemmas, and emotional baggage. Jin-ju is a quirky screenwriter who talks to objects, yes, and it's both hilarious and profound. Han-ju is a single mom, juggling motherhood and career. And Yoon-jung is a lonely documentary filmmaker whose life flips upside down after an unexpected success. But the real heart of the story, their friendship. This drama is a gift for anyone tired of cliches and craving something more authentic, sensitive, and even a little meta. After all, it gives us a peek behind the scenes of the K-dramas we love. Be Melodramatic tackles depression, grief, toxic relationships, queer love, and the importance of asking for help. But it does so with wit, warmth, and a killer soundtrack. Seriously, the OST is a 10 of 10. It's about being a woman, an artist, a friend, and surviving your 30s with dignity and maybe a little wine. If you want to laugh, cry, and feel like you've made 3 new best friends, this one's for you. 11. Come Rain, Come Shine. Come Rain, Come Shine is not a drama you watch. It's one you feel. The story begins with tragedy. The collapse of a shopping mall that claimed 48 lives. Years later, 3 survivors, Ha Moon-soo, Lee Kang-do, and Seo Ju-won, reunite, now working on the reconstruction of that very site. What could have been a simple tale of recovery becomes a profound journey through grief, healing, and human connection. Kang-do, played with raw intensity by Lee Jun-ho, is a man broken inside and out, wearing his scars like armor. Moon-soo, portrayed with quiet strength by Won Jin-ah, is a woman holding herself together with invisible cracks. And in their meeting, something rare is born, a love that doesn't need grand gestures, just presence. This isn't your typical romance. It's about empathy, about finding shelter in someone else when the world feels like it's falling apart. The pacing is slow, yes, but every scene is emotionally loaded and worth every second. The cinematography is breathtaking, the soundtrack haunting, and the entire cast delivers performances that hit deep. Come Rain, Come Shine explores mental health, grief, friendship, and the quiet courage to keep going, even when there's no easy fix. It's a story about second chances and the invisible threads that tie us to one another. If you're looking for a drama that will truly move you, this one will stay with you long after it ends. 10. My Liberation Notes. My Liberation Notes is like that quiet moment you didn't know you needed, the kind that helps you finally hear your own thoughts. 3 siblings, Mi-jung, Chang-hee, and Ki-jung, are stuck in the monotony of life in a small town outside Seoul, caught in the endless loop of work-home repeat. Each one is weighed down by frustration, unspoken dreams, and a desperate yearning for freedom. Enter Mr. Gu, a mysterious, silent man with a haunted past, who changes everything around him without saying much at all. What could have been just another slice of life drama becomes a powerful emotional journey where every line feels like a revelation and every silence speaks volumes. This drama is a mirror, the kind you avoid, but when you finally look, you see yourself. My Liberation Notes doesn't rush, doesn't rely on twists. It has soul. It speaks of loneliness, of living on autopilot, of searching for something you can't quite name. And it does so with flawless acting, a soul-stirring soundtrack, and cinematography that turns the mundane into poetry. It's a drama that asks for your patience, but rewards you with deep reflection and characters that feel like they've stepped out of your own life. If you're ready to feel, to think, and maybe even to free yourself a little, this is your chance. 9. Page Turner. Page Turner is like a short melody that hits you right in the heart. In just 3 episodes, this drama delivers more emotion than many full-length series. Yoon Yu-sol is a piano prodigy, raised under the crushing weight of her mother's ambitions. Young Cha-sik is a lively athlete with a fiery temper. When an unexpected accident brings their worlds together, what seems like an ending becomes a new beginning, and that's where the magic happens. Through music, frustration, and self-discovery, an unlikely friendship blossoms, full of humor, warmth, and the spark that only comes from starting over. Page Turner is a powerful reminder that life can flip in an instant, but that doesn't mean it's over. Sometimes, it's just the start of something even more beautiful. With heartfelt performances, soul-touching dialogue, and a soundtrack that carries every emotion, this drama feels like an intimate concert for the soul. It's about falling, yes, but more importantly, it's about rising with more courage, more truth, and maybe even new dreams. And the best part? You can binge it in one sitting. If you're looking to be moved, inspired, and left with a warm heart, Page Turner is the perfect pick. 8. The Smile Has Left Your Eyes. The Smile Has Left Your Eyes isn't just a drama, it's a deep dive into raw emotions, dark secrets, and a love that defies logic. Kim Moo-young, played masterfully by Seo In-guk, is the ultimate anti-hero, charming, mysterious, and hiding a storm behind his smile. When he crosses paths with Yoo-jin Kang, a kind and resilient woman, an intense and dangerous romance begins to unfold. But her brother, Detective Yoo-jin Kook, is convinced Moo-young is involved in a murder, and he'll do anything to protect his sister, even if it means breaking her heart. This drama is for those who crave stories that blur the lines between right and wrong, that make you root for flawed characters, and leave your heart racing with every episode. The narrative is layered and gripping, slowly revealing the traumas and tangled connections between the characters. The romance isn't cute. It's visceral, tragic, and utterly consuming. And the ending? One of those that leaves you staring at the screen in silence, trying to process everything. The Smile Has Left Your Eyes is about love, guilt, redemption, and how our choices shape who we become. If you're ready for beautiful heartbreak, this is your next obsession. 7. Go Back Couple. Go Back Couple is that kind of drama that sneaks in quietly, and suddenly you're laughing, crying, and maybe even texting your ex just to see if there's still time to fix things. Choi Ban-doo and Ma Jin-joo are a couple in their 30s who once loved each other deeply, but now can barely exchange a glance without throwing jabs. The weight of marriage, regrets, and daily frustrations has worn them down. But then, in a twist of fate or brilliant screenwriting, they wake up in their 20-year-old bodies, right back in college when they first met. Now what? Will they fall in love all over again? Or choose different paths? This drama is an emotional roller coaster, wrapped in nostalgic music and therapy-worthy dialogue. Go Back Couple is all about second chances, not just in love, but with your parents, your friends, and most importantly, with yourself. It's about looking back with compassion and realizing that what felt like a mistake might have just been a crooked step on the right path. Jang Na-reon and Sun Ho-jun deliver everything. Chemistry, vulnerability, and that meant-to-be energy that keeps you rooting for them until the very end. If you've ever wondered, what if I could go back? This drama will give you all the answers, and a few new questions. A true hug in story form. 6. One Spring Night. If you're tired of sugary, predictable romances, One Spring Night arrives like a breath of fresh, emotional air you didn't even know you needed. Nothing here is overdone. Love blooms slowly, through glances that speak louder than words and silences that say everything. Lee Jong-in and Yoo Ji-ho meet by chance, but what grows between them is intense, honest, and complicated. Just like real life. He's a sweet, gentle, single dad. She's a woman stuck in a lukewarm relationship. Together, they discover that sometimes the heart insists, even when reason says no. The direction is poetic, the cinematography is breathtaking, and the chemistry between the leads, unforgettable. This is the kind of drama that feels like it knows you, your longings, your wounds, even that ache for a love that hasn't arrived yet. Yes, the pacing is slow, but that's what makes every emotion hit deeper. Trust me. One Spring Night isn't about flowers, it's about roots, the kind that stay. 5:30, but 17. If you're looking for a drama that warms your heart with sweetness, emotion, and hope, 30 but 17 is an absolute must-watch. Imagine waking up from a 13-year coma to find the world has moved on. But inside, you're still that 17-year-old full of dreams that were suddenly put on hold. That's the reality for Woo Seo-ri, a violin prodigy who now finds herself 30, with a life she never got to live. On the other side is Gong Woo-jin, a man burdened by guilt over the accident that changed her fate, someone who also stopped living. When their paths cross again, what unfolds is a beautiful story of healing, rediscovery, and second chances. What makes this drama so special is how it blends gentleness with emotional depth. The romance between Seo-ri and Woo-jin grows with rare tenderness. Nothing is rushed, nothing is forced. They're two wounded hearts learning to trust, laugh, and love again. The supporting characters are just as lovable, each with their own journey of growth. 30 but 17 reminds us that lost time doesn't have to mean a lost future. There's always room to begin again, with grace, with stumbles, and most of all, with love. 4. Mad for Each Other. Mad for Each Other is the kind of drama that catches you off guard. It starts as a chaotic comedy between two neighbors who can't stand each other, but slowly unfolds into a deeply human story about pain, trauma, and the messy beauty of real love. Hui-Oh and Min-kyung are far from perfect leads. And that's exactly the point. Both are emotionally shattered, seeing the same psychiatrist and haunted daily by their past. But it's in their brokenness that the story finds its heart. This series nails the delicate balance of addressing mental health with humor and grace, never mocking the characters' pain, but instead inviting us to laugh with them because we see ourselves in them. We cry because we understand. We root for them because their healing feels like our own. The chemistry between the leads is explosive yet tender, and their relationship grows from chaos into trust, and eventually into something truly beautiful. Even without a traditional happily ever after, the ending offers something more meaningful, an honest, hopeful look at healing. Mad for Each Other is a breath of authenticity in a world of idealized romances. Every minute is worth it. 3. Flower of Evil. Flower of Evil grabs you by the collar from the very first episode and never lets go. It's a psychological thriller with a soul, blending mystery with the rawest depths of human relationships. Baek Hee-sung is the perfect husband, the devoted father, the ideal man. But behind that gentle smile lies a dark past and a carefully constructed web of lies. The twist? His wife, Cha Ji-won, is a detective, and she's about to investigate a case that could unravel everything. But don't be fooled. While the plot is packed with crime, secrets, and jaw-dropping twists, Flower of Evil is, at its core, a story about love. Love in its most painful, raw, and unconditional form. Each episode leaves you asking, how far can you love someone you might not truly know? And when the truth finally surfaces, can love survive it? The production is flawless, the writing razor sharp, and the performances, especially from Lee Joon-gi, are nothing short of breathtaking. Little Eun-ha steals the show with her sweetness, and the OST lingers in your soul. This isn't just a drama you watch, it's one you feel. Flower of Evil is poetry wrapped in suspense. A modern masterpiece that proves love, even in the shadows, can be the brightest light. 2. When the Camellia Blooms. When the Camellia Blooms starts off quietly, almost shy, and then hits you with an emotional force you never saw coming. The synopsis might trick you into thinking it's just a light romance about a single mom starting over. But this story goes far deeper. It's a sensitive, brave, and richly layered portrait of judgment, motherhood, violence, resilience, and above all, humanity. Dong-baek is one of the most real and captivating female leads in K-drama history. Strong without shouting, shy without being weak, she faces prejudice with quiet strength and never gives in. And Hwang Young-shik, her love interest, is a rare gem, honest, kind, and endlessly supportive. Their relationship is raw, imperfect, and deeply moving, full of shared tears, mutual growth, and genuine love. And if that weren't enough, there's also a brilliantly woven murder mystery involving a serial killer that adds tension and depth without overshadowing the emotional core. With stunning direction that plays with timelines and color palettes to distinguish past and present, When the Camellia Blooms slowly reveals itself as one of the most complete dramas in recent years. Every side character feels like someone from your own neighborhood, flawed, contradictory, and unexpectedly kind. And by the end, you'll feel like you lived with them, grew with them. This is a drama about loving despite fear, about blooming even when the world tries to cut you down. 1. Jealousy Incarnate. At the top of our list is a hidden gem that blends comedy, drama, and social commentary with surprising charm. Jealousy Incarnate. At first glance, it might seem like just another love triangle set in a newsroom, but don't be fooled. This drama goes way beyond that. Pyo Nari, a hardworking weather girl, finds herself in the middle of a whirlwind of egos, envy, and passion inside a competitive TV station. And when love enters the picture, things get even messier. She falls for the station's top anchor, while his best friend falls for her. Sounds cliche? Maybe. But the way this triangle unfolds is so quirky and entertaining, you'll be laughing even at the most ridiculous moments. What truly sets Jealousy Incarnate apart is its boldness in tackling rarely discussed topics, like male breast cancer, in a way that challenges stereotypes and sparks important conversations about masculinity and societal bias. Yes, the romance is drawn out, 24 episodes, folks. And yes, the leads can be infuriating at times. But the chemistry, the lovable side characters, and the vibrant newsroom setting make it all worth it. It's the kind of comedy that borders on absurd, and that's exactly what makes it so addictive. If you're into stories that mix social critique with big laughs and emotional chaos, this one's for you. So, which of these underrated dramas already stole a piece of your heart or jumped straight onto your must-watch list? Tell me in the comments which one caught your eye. Or if you've already seen any of them, I want all the details. If you enjoyed this deep dive into incredible stories that deserve way more love, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss a hidden gem, and share this video with your fellow drama lovers, or future drama lovers, right? Let's spread the word about these underrated treasures. Until next time, and remember, sometimes the best dramas are the ones almost no one's seen.